is I actually hadn't seen Vita Carnis before making String Theory,
Oh,
but
awesome.
definitely there were other analog horror inspirations for the series. The biggest one being Local 58,
Yeah, yeah.
and it like a few years ago I saw Nexpo's video on Local 58, and I think that was my very first introduction to analog horror. And I saw that, I was like, "Whoa, this is
Yeah.
this is so cool." And then like also like Gemini Home Entertainment
Mm,
was a pretty big inspiration, and we can go down the list of all the series like Mandela
yeah.
Catalog, Backrooms, and all of that. But yeah, the biggest inspiration was Local 58 for sure.
I mean, that's probably like the one of the more original ones. I'm pretty sure. I'm not like, obviously, I'm meant to be the analog horror dude, but I don't have like the best history and stuff. I'm pretty sure Local 58 was like one of the first, if I remember correctly. So
Y-
like, you
Yeah,
can't have much of
yeah,
a higher board.
yeah, it was definitely one of the first ones that came out because I think it was like what
Yeah.
2016, 2017 when it came
S-
out.
Let,
So it,
let
it
me do a
definitely was like a
research.
pioneer series.
I need to check this actually. Local 58. When did that come out? Geez, 600k subs. Damn. 6 years ago.
That's a
So
lot.
if my math is correct, 2018,
Yeah, that
possibly
sounds about right.
2017 if it was coming up on 7 years.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's weird how like that seems so recent, but when you think about it, it's actually really far away. That seems so much more
Dude,
recent.
I know like 2018 does not feel that long ago. Like I
No.
was in college at the time, and it really like the past few years, like the past 5 years have gone by so quickly. It's
Yeah.
unreal.
I mean, the scary thing is, I was like 12 years old in 2018 or something like
Yeah.
that. So, like, thinking of that way, I'm like, oh, damn. Like, damn, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's uh
It's
it's it's
surreal.
crazy just how fast time flies, and it just gets faster as you it goes by faster as you get older.
Oh, 100%. It's scary fast.
Yeah,
But,
like it's weird because I've been married for almost a year now, and it seems
yeah.
like I just got married like yesterday. So it's just mind blowing how
Yeah.
time goes by.
Also, I have to ask, is that jumper, is the string theory character on that jumper, or am I seeing things?
Yeah, we got some String Theory TV merch. I'll have to let me actually get the link up so if anyone
Yeah, I'll
wants
put it in
to
the
buy
description,
some
actually.
merch.
I actually
Yeah, let
have to
me
put
let
that in
me
the description now. Hold up.
String Theory
Yo,
TV
what's good,
graphic.
Nervy? What's good, Ben? How we all doing? Hey, Gray Studios, what's good?
Yo, what's up, chat? How we doing?
Man, this is like the first live
Appreciate.
interview I've ever done. Genuinely, this
Yeah,
is like,
this is the first, and it's a let's see merch
I need to
String
put it in the description
Theory
now.
TV merch link. Here we go. Boom. There it is in the chat. Um, yeah, this
Alright.
is the first interview I've done for String Theory TV, so this is a pretty big deal.
I'm,
I'm super pumped for it.
I mean, I said it before, like, I said it, I think, when I was actually messaging you, that, like, it's actually probably one of the more underrated ones out there because, like, obviously, analog horror nowadays, it's so saturated with, like, the same kind of elements, whether it be, like, oh, the first video is always going to be there's someone roaming the area, grab your gun, stay inside your house with, like, the same kind of, like, PNGs of the house and, like, the weapon, and then it'll be like, oh, the
Mhm.
US, department of whatever it might be. I feel like a lot of series do open up with that sort of episode, but like with String Theory, it did remind me of Local 58, but it was because that so many series had like, you know, kind of gone so far away from the Local 58 or Gemini kind of vibe that I have personally seen. So when String Theory actually watched it, it was kind of like a breath of fresh air almost. And it was like, okay, we actually have a series that is, somewhat new. It has this unique kind of character who we have underneath your face cam right now. Um, it was like something that was almost looked like a Disney character. I was like, okay, this actually, there's elements of this that kind of caught my eye, and honestly, it had me hooked after like the probably second episode, and I couldn't stop watching it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's I did notice like with a lot of analog horrors, they do tend to get really tropey after a while, and
Mm.
like you said, it does feel very samey with like, oh, the U.S. Department of blah 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 paranormal activity says to stay in your house, and then you've got like the VCR font on the screen and the all the glitches and all of that. So with string theory, I or string theory TV rather, I have to differentiate it sometimes.
Yeah.
It was a lot more. I just wanted to make something from my own experiences, basically. And I hadn't really seen a lot of analog horrors tackle mental health specifically,
Yeah.
especially like OCD and dealing with that. Because like the initial inspiration for the series with like the thing and the whole stuck in a loop thing, that actually happened years ago when I was really at a bad spot mentally,
Yeah.
and I started talking to a therapist, and he told me, he was like, "Is there a way that you can show me what you're dealing with? Is there a way that you can visually describe uh, what it is that you're experiencing?" And I was about 16 at the time, and I went home, and I don't remember the exact timeline, but I remember I went home and I drew a picture of myself with like this purple octopus that was latched
Yeah.
onto my head. And no matter how hard I tried to pull it off, it just wouldn't let go. And so that was like the initial inspiration for the thing.
Mm.
And it just kind of like years later, I got this new story idea and started fleshing it out and started thinking like, okay, how can I incorporate this guy into the series? So really it just kind of it happened very organically. And that's like when it comes to creative writing, I think that that's really the only way that you're going to be able to come up with something original is if the ideas just flow super well. So
Yeah.
I with this new story idea, because funny enough, the story I was wanting to tell originally wasn't an analog horror series, and it actually was a cartoon that I wanted to write, and I'm still writing it actually. But my thought was, how can I market this project in a way that people are going to find engaging, in a way that people are going to want to actually watch this story that I'm trying to tell? And right around that time, I just so happened to be getting into analog horror, and I was like, I wonder if I could make an analog horror series that tied into this greater story that I'm trying to tell.
Yeah.
And so it also like everything just happened. Like I said, everything just happened so naturally and organically. Like I just started a new job a couple of months ago at the time where I was doing a lot more with like After Effects and animation and motion graphics, and I was also learning 3D. So like all of these new skills that I had learned on my day job, I was like I can apply that to this analog horror series. And so it
Yeah.
just worked out so perfectly.
Yeah, I definitely like. I think that was like a really like honestly powerful thing to be saying as well, because obviously it almost feels like analog horrors are just kind of pumped out for the sake of, I just want to pump out an analog horror series because you never know, could blow up, it might, you never know. Like it almost felt like there actually is some sort of elements of realism behind this story, in that sort of way with the whole mental health, because like I remember, I don't know if it was actually you who sent me the original email to watch the series. I don't know. I can't remember. But the dude who actually sent me the email was like, it does involve mental health. And like when I first read that email, I was like, huh. Thinking about it now, I actually can't think of many analog horrors that kind of tackle that element of, because realistically, that can actually be a really, horrifying situation when it comes to certain things. And when you put them in a horror sort of element, with actually like being threatening with these, obviously as you said, like the octopus and stuff like that, when you tie those little horror elements into the whole mental health element, it actually binds really well. I think you executed this really well, especially because I feel like when it comes to like any content to do with like mental health, whether it be a movie, TV show, it's very hard to find the balance between a good story and just kind of taking it too far with some elements regarding mental health. And I think you honestly like hit it smash bang in the middle where it should be, and that was a really like what's the word, impressive thing. Like genuinely it really was, because When I first watched it, I obviously sat there and put on my camera, and I was thinking, is this going to be like a sort of story that's going to be is going to be controversial? Is it going to be like a thing where I'm like, okay, can I really say much on it? But genuinely, it almost like took me into like, I think it's like 10 episodes or 7. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think there's 10 episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, 10 episodes. So when it took me probably like the 6th to actually realize this story, it's its own thing, and then has a mental health side kind of dabbled on top, and I felt like that was a really, really good blend of like horror and then actual real life situations that can be horrific. And I'll say this straight up, the fact you only have 185 subs is criminal in my opinion. I think you at least deserve 10k. I can say that straight up, because even the very first episode, regularly scheduling programming, like from the very beginning, instant Local 58 vibes, and you can tell that from it. But the color patterns and stuff, with Local 58, it was more or less just like a blue and a yellow and an orange. With the String Theory TV, it's like there's so many different colors. If I remember correctly, A Guide to Intrusive was my favorite episode. I think it was either Commercial Break or Guide to Intrusive was my favorite episode, and like I feel like they were just blended really, really nicely.
Yeah, yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's the color palette. Um, I was able to like use some of my graphic design background to help with like the tone of each episode. And if you kind of notice, like gradually throughout the series, the series it like starts off more purple yellowish, but then like the later episodes start to get a little bit more of like a reddish burning color.
Yeah,
And I don't know why the series went that direction, but it kind of, I think it kind of worked, because I think it maybe showed like symbolically the gradual effects, how like mental health, the longer you deal with it, the more aggressive it can get.
yeah,
um and as far as like balancing the mental health stuff, I feel like a lot of content nowadays, and I think I could go on a whole tangent about that word content and how I think
yeah,
that is killing true art. I think nowadays, like, so many people are like, "Oh yeah, more content," and I'm like, "No, don't watch something for it just because it's content. Watch it for the artistry of it."
exactly.
But that's a whole nother discussion. But anyway, I digress. Balancing the whole mental health aspect of it, you have to tackle it in a way where you are realistically presenting the issue while also being respectful of people who actually deal with uh, mental health struggles. I
Yeah,
think a really good example of a story that does this super well is the game Silent Hill 2.
totally.
That's like my favorite game of all time, one of my favorite games at least. And it really shows like depression and um anxiety in such a way that it's engaging, and it's unique, but it's also realistic, and it shows respect for people who actually deal with this stuff. So with String Theory, I wanted to do the same thing. And yeah, it's and another thing that I want to note is that when it comes to mental health stuff, I don't see a whole lot of things where people are saying, "Hey, you can actually overcome a lot of this stuff. You can actually get past a lot of this stuff." A lot of mental health stuff either just talks about just dealing with your struggles on a regular basis, or that there's not really much hope and that you're going to deal with this forever. And with String Theory TV, I wanted to show that from my experience, there are actually ways to overcome your mental health struggles. And if you notice, in a lot of the episodes, there's the tagline, "They will not overcome."
Yeah,
And what a lot of people probably don't know about the series is that there's also like a faith-based element to it. I didn't want to so for context, I'm a Christian, and I didn't want to like hammer people with the gospel. I
yeah,
wanted to incorporate it into the story without it feeling like people were, were they like, I didn't want them to feel like I was proselytizing.
yeah,
But in the episode, what is it? The meeting, there's a part where like you've got the intrusives talking, and they're like, "Oh, we're we're gonna attack all of these different characters' mental health in this particular fashion. Each intrusive has like a specific represents like a specific struggle.
Yeah.
But then like halfway through, you just get like this white text or like this white background with red text, and it's like talking about how these characters will overcome. And so that was like symbolic of, yes, you can actually not just deal with your mental health issues, but you can actually overcome your mental health issues. And I personally, like, I don't really deal with OCD like I used to. And for me personally, I'm like, that's Jesus. But
Yeah.
that I know not everyone is going to adhere to that. So I just wanted to I wanted to show that you can overcome your mental health struggles, basically.
I honestly, I'm just gonna say that straight up. That is like such a great message, and the fact that you have linked that good of a message into a horror series is genuinely that's incredible, honestly. Because obviously my whole thing is horror. It has to be scary, super terrifying. But there's something about string theory that I noticed is like it's more or less art. It's not like, oh, scary image pops up on screen, reaction, that sort of thing. It's more or less like it's a story behind what you're actually seeing, because obviously with the TV show, you might have a few flashes of a creepy face here and there, but I feel like I can't remember what episode there was, but there was a good bit of gore, a little bit of gore in one of the episodes, and I was like, oh, that came out of nowhere. Because like on maybe, right. I think it was towards the end of the series anyways, where it was like, oh, I didn't expect actually a gory part in this series, and it was really effective. And that art style is really, really cool, because more or less nowadays with analog horror, it's more or less just, jump scare here, scary face here, maybe a morphed face with some, creepy background music in the background. But when it comes to string theory, genuinely, it's like more of an art style, and I feel like it has that sort of bracket of being in its own category rather than just analog horror, in my opinion. And genuinely, like, I really did enjoy the series. I know a few people in chat might not have heard it before, which is crazy because they need to go watch it, honestly. If you're down, we can react to a few episodes. I don't know how much time you actually have, but if you're down, I'm more than happy to. It's up to you, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I've got till maybe around like, let's see, maybe I have maybe an hour and a half left.
Yeah, perfect.
So I'm not too pressed for time.
Yeah,
I have to pick up my wife later, but I can stay on for a little bit.
That's no worries. All right, hold on. Let me just head into this scene then, and I shall put us up on this thing. Hold up. I'll put the series up on screen. And I'll put you on the side of the screen here. Where is it?
Perfect.
Here we are. Where is this thing? OBS loves to mess up my days, dude.
Oh yeah, I feel ya. OBS is very it's a hassle for sure. Like, in some ways it's really nice, but in other ways it's annoying.
Yeah, totally. It can be just like one of those things where it's like, yeah, up to you, dude. If you wanna, if you want me to work today, maybe we'll see. But
Yeah.
All right, hold on a minute. Wait. This scene here, and then what I can do is screen capture like that. Make this shorter, and then if it wants to work, please work. There we go. I can put these up here a little bit higher, and that should work fine, hopefully. But yeah, I have to ask, what's your favorite episode that you've made? That's a question I have.
Oh yeah, that's a good question. I would say, goodness, that's a tough one though, because like I feel like I've went over with this in my head, but I can't. I would probably say She Waits.
Yeah.
Is the one I'm probably most proud of, because that one took the longest to make. I think for me it's between She Waits and Threads as far as my favorite episode.
Yeah, Threads is a good episode.
Yeah, I think She Waits, like, that one took 2 years to make in total, because I started it right around the time I actually started the series. It was one of the first episodes I started working on, and then The problem was I needed an actress for it, and then lo and behold, I meet this beautiful lady, and at the time she was my girlfriend, and I was like, "Hey, do you want to be in this short film I'm working on?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm totally down." And we found a venue, and it was like perfect. It was like super creepy, old, decrepit.
Yeah.
But the problem was we couldn't get like the insurance to like there was like an insurance issue, so we weren't able to book that venue.
Yeah.
Then I got married, and so that obviously postponed things. And then I finally found another venue that we ended up using to shoot the film. So I think that one just I like how it's not that one isn't just horror, but how there's a very emotional aspect to it as
Yeah.
well.
Definitely. All around, I loved every episode. I'll be real. I have to admit, I know, like, I'll be real. A lot of people will say, "Oh, I just love the series." Yeah, when the creator's sitting there. Genuinely, like, I really did enjoy the series. So, huge potential on your hands.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Hold on, surely I can do this on thing as well. Hopefully.
There we go.
That should work. Now the issue
Yeah.
is the sound gonna work? That is the question.
Yes.
Let's pray, okay? I can hear it.
It works.
Oh my god, I'm a genius. I think I said straight up the music on this first episode though. I don't know where you found it.
Yeah, it was just some stock vaporwave music that I found. I usually compose my own music for the series,
sick.
like this part right here. But yeah, that particular one was just, I think it was white bat sound or something like that.
Yeah. There's the not. They will not overcome the first entry of that.
In a world where you look for them with blinded eyes.
Real trailer, Hollywood trailer stuff.
Oh yeah.
But it's stuff like this, like, obviously the VHS background would see before, but it's the cutaways to, like, the vinyl player, that sort of stuff like that. It's those little things.
Yeah. Nightly News, I have to say, Nightly News is probably my least favorite episode, just because it's... Yeah, it's... I mean, I think it's important, but it kind of breaks the fourth wall a little bit, and
Yeah.
I think looking back, it kind of ruins the immersion just a little bit. And I'm just not, like, as I've progressed as a like a designer and slash After Effects dude,
Yeah.
I can see some things that I would totally go back and change. Like, if you notice, and this is really nitpicky, but like, it's full screen and actual analog footage is set to 4:3 aspect ratio
Yeah.
instead of 16:9, so it's like dimensionally not right, and I'm not gonna like stress about it now, but looking back, I'm like, bro.
I had the same with my analog horror series because, like, when I was making Fradle County, like, I really just enjoy, you know, real camera footage, you know, just actually showing, like, with probably, like, my favorite episode is probably my most recent episode, which was titled Bridges. Like, there's a line where between two characters, one of them goes, "I'm actually going to throw you over this bridge myself," and then it foreshadows that character's body actually being thrown over the bridge. Like, when it comes to that sort of little content, I'm more into that when it comes to making it. But with Analog Horror, I think the very first video I made, it was like the typical introduction stuff, and like my text would go out of the box ever so slightly, and that would, like, I was just looking at it, looking back, I was like, what am I thinking? And it's like those little nitpicks that I'm like,
Yeah, what was your channel called again? I'm gonna check it out.
It's actually on my channel that I just normally use. But it's called Fradle County.
Oh, okay. Fradle County. Okay, sick, dude. I'm
Should be in the
gonna check that
playlist,
out.
if I remember correctly. If my memory doesn't deceive me too badly, I don't think.
Yeah, I got it. Dang, that's dope, dude. I didn't know you made it your own analog horror series.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't know, but like, I enjoyed making it, but it was like, it was only like just for a bit of fun. But I still did enjoy it. But like, definitely this episode here would have been my go-to. Like, it's more or less like this sort of content. It's not even an analog horror. It's just purely like the shots of like the area, more or less.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily an analog horror, but you know, we tried.
Hey, man, that's the first step, honestly.
Exactly. Alright, let's continue with nightly news. I'm intrigued to see what nitpicks you have about this, other than the format ratio.
Yeah. Also, I'm not a fan of that wavy
Good evening. My
TV
name
glitch.
is Alistair
Oh,
Lightbear.
yeah.
Tonight, we'll be taking a look
I
at
just added the
mental health,
preset.
one of the most
Ah,
confusing
gotcha.
and
I have to ask, what was the whole
misunderstood
thing with the
topics of
house
our time.
that pops up? This thing.
Yeah, so the house, later on in the series, an episode, what is it? Episode, the meeting once again.
Yeah.
That is representative of the mother room, and the mother room is an intrusive who you really only see her as symbols, at least in this season. But I can guarantee you, she is much scarier than just like what she looks like here. I mean, she's just a smiling house, but basically, she is a house monster that's very scary. And
like Monster
so
House.
yeah, basically, yeah, just pretty much Monster House. There's a little more nuance to her character, but I don't want to go into too much detail just in case there's a season 2 where she is featured.
Yeah.
She is going to be featured. So for those who don't know, there's an upcoming cartoon that ties in with this series called The Misfit Kids that I'm working on.
Yeah.
And if you want to see the mother room in action, you can catch her on the TV show when it releases, or the cartoon when it releases. So
I'm sure we will be reacting to it on a stream or something, so that everyone will see it definitely. Because as soon as it drops, I'll be first on it.
Heck yeah, man.
But what do you plan on using voice actors or anything in the future, or is it more or less gonna be analog?
Yeah, there's definitely going to be voice actors that I'm looking for. I have one voice actress for sure.
Yeah.
There's going to be, like, if you notice throughout the series, there's certain names that are mentioned, like Reese. And, well, Reese has already been introduced to the series, but you'll see like the name Adam or Anya. Like, certain names are floating around in the episodes, but it's not really explained who these people are. But they are characters that are going to come into the series at some point.
Yeah, that's awesome though.
And for those characters, there's definitely going to be voice actors.
Cool. That's awesome, dude.
Misunderstood topics of our time. A recent study suggests
So are those people you mentioned are going to be the Misfit children, possibly?
mental health issues.
It could be.
It could be.
Maybe not.
I might have a theory on my hands.
But that's just a theory.
A string theory.
Okay, that was actually a little too perfect. So this part, it's... Oh, shoot. My bad. This part is actually the closest we get to... Like, notice here how, like, the music and the font switches up?
Yeah.
That theme, or that, like, that little music motif that's playing in the background and that font are going to come into play with the cartoon. So, like, if you notice in the Misfit Kids trailer, it's like the same font and the same music that's played.
Yeah.
But this segment, like, yes, it was for the audience, but it was also to give me a timeline as far as when I had to have all of this stuff done.
Yeah.
So, I am super ADHD. Like, I got diagnosed just a few years ago with ADHD, so I have to work with with timelines and like set dates to get stuff done. So this part kind of was like a reminder to me. Oh, hey, just so you know, you have until 2023 to get this.
Yeah.
To actually announce this thing. So
that's fair. I mean, I'm like that with things too. I'm like, I have to make sure this is coming out on this day. I have to make sure I'm there. Like, when the Walton Files came out, I was watching it at 2 a.m. when it released. I had a flight at 6 a.m. I was like, no, I have to. So I was cutting it close.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. And the final curtain will fall.
All will be revealed by 2023. In the meantime,
Join the wolf, ring the bell. Which that's the only time in the series that I tell people to subscribe, basically.
Yeah.
That's like my very subtle way of, well, not so subtle way of saying, hey, subscribe to my channel. That's the only time that I do it in the series, because I understand why people do it, but in videos when I can't talk too much though, because in my non-string theory videos, I'm like, hey, like and subscribe. It's just something that you do basically, but
I mean, I think it was in universe as well. Like, it could be out of the blue, but it still seemed in universe to like, oh, ring the bell, you know?
right, that is true, because there is a silent bell intrusive, so I guess
Exactly.
it works.
And technically, with the house, it could be implied like, oh, ring the bell, the house bell. You never know. Like,
Oh yeah, that's true. That's very
so
true.
technically, it's very in universe. Again, this music,
Yeah.
dude. I love it. Bonnie the
Now
Bunny.
this one,
yeah,
I
it's good.
think. Oh yeah. This particular one, my main gripe is the audio, just
Yeah.
because I literally recorded it on my phone and I shouldn't have done that.
I mean, it still sounds fine.
It helps me remember stuff.
I have to ask, is that someone you know, or is it stock footage, or?
That's just stock footage.
Ah, fair.
All the time.
Yeah.
He's always on your mind.
This is when I first got the vibe of Vita Carnies, because with Vita Carnies, it's like I can't remember if it's each episode. I think I watched it in like a massive video, so it probably was just each episode. But like, it was like, okay, we first have like the crawl, then we have this mimic thing, and it progressively got like more vicious and violent and violent. I was like, okay, so we have our first look of a creature, and I thought it was gonna be like more or less into like the more creature feature, but like, honestly, I think this was a really good introduction with the commercial break. Is like, oh yeah, this fun thing, it's gonna control you, but actually like does control you properly.
Right. Yeah, and fun fact, the apply directly to the forehead is absolutely a reference to that commercial where
Yeah.
where the lady, I think it's the head on, whatever the product is, but where she's like, head on, apply directly to the forehead.
Yeah.
So that was a fun little. And there was actually also a very quick frame. Like if you go back just a little bit, I don't know if you'll catch it, but it's like a one frame, like in that kids section. There's like a one frame. I actually forget
It helps
what the
me
frame
remember
is.
stuff.
Well, I'm known for
But,
catching them, so I will do my best.
Always on your
I saw it.
Right there. Yeah.
Ah, there it is.
There it is. Yeah. I actually forget. I should have written down what the Japanese or Chinese text or whatever it is, as I don't think I locked it.
Yeah, I'll be real. I don't really speak many other languages. I can barely speak English, let alone other things. So.
There's have you ever heard of do you know the YouTuber Astronaut?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so his community, like they are like super sleuths, and they went throughout the series and found a lot of like the Japanese texts, or like text that was in different languages, and was able to decode most of it. So I don't think they caught this one in particular.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did a great job at figuring out like all of the hidden riddles and all of that.
Yeah, see, the thing is, when it comes to, like, me reacting to analog horror, like, I am, like, so focused in, I'm like, I can't miss anything, because when I feel like I miss something, I'm like, oh, how have I missed that? I'm meant to be the one who's like, oh, I know this, and then I just get caught out. So I need to make sure I find every little thing.
use properly. Apply the thing
Yeah,
directly
I
to
feel
the
ya.
forehead.
I love that style of drawing type, by the way.
Forget all the mistakes that
Oh
you
yeah,
Right
thank
on.
you.
Don't worry, the thing will help you remember all of them. The thing channels your intrusive thoughts and helps you to
The stock footage is really well used. It doesn't feel like stock footage. It feels like actually commercial stuff.
Yeah, I think I was able to justify using stock footage because it's a commercial. I tried to film like my own footage when I can, but stock footage just sometimes has to be used.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, I love this part.
Yeah, when the text starts getting like all fuzzy and like the way it kind of looks like it's off the actual screen.
Yeah.
There's the octopus. The Thing. This
Yep.
scene. Oh, I remember that scene. If you
Yeah.
feel cracking,
really-
do not be alarmed.
I should have boosted the audio here, because in this segment, the song that plays in the background, it's very, very faint, but it says, it's the melody is "To the Wheels on the Bus," and
Yeah.
the lyrics go, "When the children sing, the eclipse goes up, eclipse goes up,
Oh.
eclipse goes up. When the children sing, the eclipse goes up, and the sun goes down," which doesn't make sense, but
Yeah.
um, so for that, and if I'm rambling too much, I apologize.
That's what we do here. I'm like the dude who rambles on hold on, okay, let me just establish this. For a Walton Files video, we were watching a 7-minute video. I somehow managed to stretch that to like a half an hour, 40-minute stream. So when it comes to rambling on, do not worry about that, because that's like, I'm like the king of that stuff, so don't be worrying.
That's awesome. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. So for that song that played, it was in the creepiest dream I've ever had in my life. So at the time, I think I had like spent the night at my mom's house or something like that, and I'm fast asleep, and like for some reason like this song is playing in my dream, and the dream itself was just as creepy. There was like these creepy little children that were in the dream, and there was like this weird eclipse device that it was like made of paper that they were like crafting or something like that, and that song is in my dream, and I'm like, what the crap, this is terrifying. And I wake up and I'm like, well, that was horrible, but I'm gonna use it somehow.
I feel like, I just realized my camera on Discord wasn't turned on, so you couldn't even see me. Okay, that should be working now. But yeah, no, I feel like a lot of things when it comes to dream sequences is used pretty well when it comes to that sort of thing. So like when it comes to that, I'm like, yo, when it comes to dream sequences, like sometimes it just helps. Like sometimes the most random dreams you can think of, you might just come up with the most like greatest ideas. Like, because most of my good ideas that I ever come up with always come at like 12:30, 1 a.m. Like it's always really late when my brain decides to actually switch on for once. So I feel like it's not
Right.
very like uncommon when it comes to like dreams being really good ideas for horror series.
Yeah, like honestly, a lot of like the ideas I get for my stories are from dreams. In fact,
Yeah.
the very first book that I wrote was inspired by a dream, and it was super weird. It did not make sense, but it was flipping epic, and it was
Yeah.
awesome. And like I woke up from that, I'm like, I want to make a movie about this. And as a 12-year-old who doesn't have a $100 million budget, I was like, scrap the movie, I'm gonna make a book about this.
Yeah, that was
So-
like me in school. Like my favorite subject is English. I just love writing and writing and writing, because like I want to go to film school and I'm older when I finish like high school is what I'm pretty sure other people will call it, but it's called secondary school in Ireland. But
Yeah.
basically, when it comes to like elementary school and like normal school, most of my teachers would say, "Oh, he's gonna be an author." So when it comes to writing, I love it. Everything about it is just, I love to write, I love to make stuff. Like I'm currently filming for the next episode of Fredo County, and honestly, some of the scenes are sick. I have to admit, it's like proper. I'll say it straight up. It's a home invasion story, basically. The next episode, so it's quite menacing in a way. So I just love to create that sort of thing. And when it comes to like little ideas of when you're younger and when you're like older and you're like kind of making an act on those like certain things you wanted to do, it's like there's something about it. It's like really satisfying. I don't know what it is. It's just something really satisfying about like actually making the stuff you wanted to do when you were younger.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like that's what creativity is all about. And like if you're creative, that's the only way you're going to be fulfilled in life, is if you get to just use your creativity to contribute something to this world.
Oh, totally. And I feel like with string theory, honestly, like anything you put online, dude, seriously, like it's super, super good. Like I don't know, again, how you have only like 190 subs or whatever it is needs to change. Like that needs to change straight up.
Well, I appreciate it. We'll get there.
We will. We definitely will get. I'll do everything in my power. I can hear the faint music as well just then.
Yeah.
Where did the sun go? Oh, this eyeball! I forgot about this.
Yeah, this part always manages to just scare the living crap out of people, and
It's really uncanny.
I've had
that's
several.
why.
Yeah, I've had several people who, like, have told me this scene is what broke them, and they had to just stop watching it.
It's because it's like, I feel like it's so uncanny, and then when you see the logo, a string theory, it's like, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. That circle. I recognize it, you know?
Yeah.
Because when you look at the things, like the whole lettering on that eye, you actually think, oh wait, hold on a minute, I see some resemblance to that.
Yeah,
So I think
absolutely.
that was really, really well done. Keeps the viewer like paying attention as well.
Right, right.
There we go. It's not an actual product for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, I don't know why I put that.
I mean, it's better to put it there than not, to be fair. It feels more like, okay, this is my favorite episode.
Yeah, this is, yeah.
I love this episode so much. There's something about this episode. It's like the straight off the bat, the kind of Bob Ross type background. It's just, yes.
I do think that this is one of the best episodes, if not the best.
It's awesome. I love this episode. A Guide to Intrusives. The whole happy start.
Oh, funny thing is I actually had a typo there. I spelled Alistair's name wrong, but I actually figured out a way to incorporate it into the story.
Yeah.
And just so that's kind of a probably not everyone will notice that, but if you notice, like, anytime Alistair's name is spelled, it's gonna be incorrect every time, and that's intentional. So
that's cool. That's unique as well.
Yeah, there's a reason for it, but I don't know if I want to say it yet or not.
We don't want to give away too much. Not too much.
Yeah.
Of all the creatures that exist on our tiny planet, none
Is this you?
are quite so curious as
Yep.
I thought I recognized the voice. I saw a flash there. I don't know if that was anything.
Yeah.
Well, we'll check it
actually. Yeah, I don't think that flash was anything. I think it was just a red overlay or something, a red blending mode. But better safe than sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with analog horror.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to making theories, like, I'd pause it to see if there's like a speck different. It's different like that.
Yeah.
I'm like a detective.
It's awesome.
I love that design. I don't know what it is, but there's something. It's the color pattern and like the shading.
I actually have that original drawing somewhere. I think I have it here. In this book? No, I don't think it's this one. No, it's not this one.
The only drawing I've really done is of like other characters. Like I drew a Poppy's Playtime and then a FNAF character, and that's about it really.
Oh, nice, man. Where did? Oh no, it's right here. Let's see.
String theory, original story, the origins.
Yeah. Let me see. Where did that sketch go? I know it's in this book somewhere. Here's one for the Wishbone. This is the original drawing.
That is
Lighting is crap.
That's
But
awesome.
I don't know.
What the
I
hell?
don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, we can see that perfectly. That looks sick.
And then where is? That's a creepy idea. Where is the thing? I know it's in this book.
How,
was
how
actually-
did you... Wait, hold on, what? Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, how did you like incorporate like physical drawings into a digital format?
Yeah, so I pretty much just imported the like I took a picture of the drawings and then I brought them into Photoshop. And
Yeah.
then I would just basically color over them. Sometimes I would just mask out the actual drawing.
Yeah.
And I'm not finding this. I don't know. Oh, there it is. There we go. Here's the thing.
It's so awesome. It's so cool.
Yep, there. Yeah, I
love
pretty
that
much just brought it into Photoshop and colored over it. And then as one more little bonus, I don't think this concept was used. Here's one for the loop. I don't think
Damn.
this one got used in the series.
Damn. Really
And
cool
then I
drawings,
actually- Oh, thank you. I also, last one. This one is for the hush cloak that is mentioned in the what episode is it?
It's an evil Doctor
the
Strange
meeting
cloak.
episode. Yeah, yeah, that's the one.
The thing is a type of land set. Okay, I'm gonna maybe not be able to mention that word. I don't know if I can say that. Cephalopod?
Cephalopod.
Cephalopod, okay. I can speak English, I swear. Located in the various parts of North America, the thing has one eye and 3 tentacles, which it uses to strangle its prey. The thing is a docile creature and will not jump out at you. Interesting. Except be put on a person's head.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
We'll pull the old Watson Scott test thing on them.
Yeah, exactly.
This image will not move.
Tricks the audience's eyes to see is it actually moving.
Right.
Victims with obsessive compulsive disorder or similar mental health conditions are most susceptible to experiencing these side effects. The next creature on this list is known as Wishbone.
Yeah.
This jolly creature can be found in various portions of Canada and has been
A
known
homeboy.
to stalk people.
Thank God I'm safe
But don't worry, this creature has not
for now. Oh, she will receive a load of text there.
Mm-hmm.
has an arm that is split into 2 halves, much like the wishbone of a turkey. Keep in mind, though, you would not want to have Thanksgiving dinner with one of these creatures if you spot it.
That's what I thought was the sort of mimic creature of this universe.
Yeah.
That hangs and dangles
Yeah,
from its
yeah, it's
arm.
basically a mimic.
One of these creatures
Yeah.
out in the wild, please contact the Wolf Corporation immediately.
The one that will just kill you.
And finally, the last of these
Yeah.
peculiar creatures.
It's not too nice.
Yeah,
Now the loop is the most confusing of these creatures. The reason
never
is
got the
that
name.
no one has actually seen it, or at least no one in real life has. But people have
Yeah,
mentioned
that one
having dreams
was just the loop.
or
Yeah.
seeing him in visions and in their imagination.
That's the eyeball, right?
Many people recall seeing this
Mhm.
creature at
Yeah.
one point in their life, but oddly enough, don't exactly remember
I
when.
think at this point I was still trying to keep the loop kind of ambiguous.
Yeah, yeah.
Mind
Attention subject, experiment.
whenever they came upon this creature, their minds would start to spin.
I feel like it's like you can kind of see with the vinyl thing here, like when you think about it, looking at the loop and looking at a vinyl and record player, the eye is quite similar. So I feel like that effect there is also very subtly saying, oh yeah, this is what we're talking about.
Right, that was actually a direct correlation. There was, when I was coming up with the loop, I actually did envision it originally to be a record player, basically.
Yeah. That makes sense though, because like even with like the sort of circular with like that sort of effect, it is very similar to the string theory logo and stuff.
It also could be kind of similar, not exactly, but if you've ever read Spiral by Junji Ito,
Yeah.
or I guess in Japanese it's Uzumaki, but yeah, kind of like that.
Now, see, was this the Thing just really enlarged, or?
So this is first thought is this is one I think this is one of the scariest parts of the series.
Yeah.
It's one of my personal favorite moments. But that is kind of it is related to the Thing. I'm trying to think of how I can describe it.
It's the Big Bag Brother.
Yeah. So yes, it's the Thing. It's basically a thing. Well, notice how the screams sound. The screams sound almost human. So, and the screams are coming from that monster. So you can think of it as like, oh, maybe it's part monster, part human.
Almost like an experiment.
Yeah, pretty much. This was done in Blender. So I modeled the tentacles, and I just pretty much added a blur to it. So I got like the lighting correct and all of that, and then I just added a little bit of a blur to make it to where you could see what it was, but it also wasn't super defined because at the time I don't think I had my textures quite right. So I wanted to like hide the imperfections just a little bit. So.
Well, I feel like with especially just an analog horror or horror in general, there's a whole trope of not knowing what you're seeing is scarier than being shown.
Right, exactly.
So, like, the whole thing that kept Michael Myers a thing for years was who was actually under the mask, and the same with Jason, until we found out, like, Jason with the messed up face and stuff like that. So it's been a horror trope for years, so I think, especially with this, that definitely plays into that trope.
Yeah, definitely.
Her deliverance.
Oh, I love that part so much.
I love, like, I'm a real fan for, like, monster. Like, creatures and monster features. Like, you should have seen me when I saw King Kong and Godzilla. Oh, I can't wait for that movie.
Oh, yeah.
King Kong on the back of Godzilla, yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Did you see, Godzilla -1?
You know what? I haven't seen it yet because I've been putting it off. I've heard amazing things though.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
See,
it's an absolute must watch.
What I wanted to do is I wanted to see it minus color. I wanted to see minus color.
Yeah. I wanted to see that version too, and I was mad that I don't think it's in theaters anymore. So I was really mad I didn't get to see it. But I saw it in. Yeah. I just saw the original version, and masterpiece.
Apparently the budget wasn't even that much either. Like, apparently, like, their budget was really limited.
It was a really low budget. I think it was like 50 million maybe. Like, hold up. Godzilla -1.
10 million? No way. 10.
Oh my gosh, 10 million.
You're telling me they made that with 10? Okay.
And honestly, like, the visuals were solid. Like, it looked better than like some Marvel movies do. Like, I know it's like the Marvel movies budget. I'm so mad at Marvel right now, but
don't get me started.
It was. Yeah. We're not even gonna talk about that.
Well, let's just not talk about Marvel right now. The Fantastic Four casting, I'm mad about it. Just, if the movies, I just want to see how Johnny Storm looks when he's on fire. If the CGI is bad, I'm gonna boycott Marvel.
Yeah.
But, like, the fact that they made Godzilla -1 for 10 million, the first thing that I'm thinking of is, like, how can a studio not make a horror dinosaur movie for like 10 million?
Yeah.
Jurassic Park needs to be a horror film. It needs to be.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
I'm gonna get caught in a rambling on about dinosaur horror films because after I've seen the analog horror for the dinosaurs, it's like, oh, please, we need a horror film with dinosaurs.
Yeah.
The Riddle. Oh, I remember this episode. This episode's so sick.
For example, what's black, white, and red all over? Silly, that's easy. A dead raccoon.
Yeah. You know, the normal
Totally
Nickelodeon content. Show your kids.
Oh yeah, so wholesome.
Oh, we have a creator in the chat. Tuna
Oh, who we
Tan.
got?
Dude, okay, I need to show you this, right? So, you know the Walton Files?
Yeah.
Have you watched the Walton Files before?
Mhm.
Okay, so this dude came into my chat yesterday, and basically, they recommended me to watch their video. Now, I want to show you this trailer, right? I want to, if I was to say this was the Walton Files, I want to see.
That is crazy. Yeah, that I would have thought that was the Walton Files creator. Like, it looks exactly like Walton Files.
There's one scene where the main dude grabs someone that I need you to see because it actually looks like it's just the Walton Files. It's nuts. Where's the scene? It's unbelievable. And say that's the Walton Files 5 trailer and everyone would believe you.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's sick, man.
He came into the chat. I just needed to show you. The dude is so sick. I love you, Tuna Tan.
Yeah. I want to know what program this guy uses.
That's what I was saying, because like that looks like identical to the Walton Files in like the best way possible.
Yeah, because it looks like it could be, because there's multiple ways to get that effect, but I'm trying to think. I think the characters were probably composited in Photoshop or Illustrator.
Yeah.
But the animation style I've always thought it was really unique. So I was like, is he using like Toon Boom or After Effects or Moho? Like, I want to know I want to know his process.
I want to know what they do.
Oh no.
That's the one thing I like about being a voice actor, is that I can do accents.
Oh yeah, that's so awesome, dude. People are really funny nowadays about like doing accents if you're not from that place, but I've always loved doing accents.
Oh, dude, like I'm voice acting for like a future FNAF project, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, I have to do this creepy voice. I'm like, bruh. My mum walks in, she's like, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, you know what, I'll explain later.
That's awesome.
But if you guess incorrectly,
you get eaten by a house.
In these groups, all types of behavior are tolerated, and Henry's isolation does not evoke comment or derision.
I like how, off the bat, if you're not like paying attention to the story, this scene right here, it'll kind of go over your head, but then when you realize it's all about the misfit kids with mental health, you're like realizing, oh wait, this is one of those kids that is kind of like we should be paying attention to almost, I'm guessing.
Yeah, definitely. It's absolutely. That's you nailed it right on the head pretty much.
Yes.
you kids are dumb and do not have very good timing. Let's get
I'm
on
somewhat good at this horror thing, guys.
All right, are you
I'm
ready
somewhat
for
good
the
at it.
first riddle? Shout her last name. A little blurry there. But it's sent in by Anna, and here's the riddle.
Back rooms.
Yep. Everyone's always like, back rooms.
Yeah, it could be anything. It could be Stranger Things and they're in a hazmat suit. Back rooms.
Yeah, for real.
It doesn't matter what content it is.
Just yellow and hazmat suits.
Yeah,
equals back
exactly.
rooms.
I can't wait for the Backrooms movie. That's gonna be insane.
Oh, they're making a movie?
Yeah, dude. It's a movie.
Oh, holy crap! Is it? I'm guessing. I'm gonna guess Blumhouse is producing it.
No, it's actually interesting. Have you seen the film Talk to Me? The one with like the hand.
No, I've heard about it, but I haven't seen the actual film.
So A24 are producing the Backrooms movie.
Oh, holy cow!
It's gonna like I
Oh.
cannot think of a more perfect studio to do it. Because
That's gonna
they're
be
all
nuts.
up for those wacky, crazy effects. Like there's an A24 movie coming out called like I Saw the TV Glow. I only like the trailer only dropped, and it's like the dude from Detective Pikachu's in it, the lead from that movie.
Ryan Reynolds.
No, the other I can't think of the other dude's name. I think it's Justin Hall. Let me look it up. Detective Pikachu is the only.
Oh, that guy.
I think it's Detective Pikachu. Is it what's his name? Is it Justin? Justice Smith. That dude.
Oh,
This dude
wasn't
right
he? Yeah. He was in what game was it? I see
The
this
Quarry.
dude, and I'm always
The Quarry.
The Quarry. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that game.
I haven't played it yet. I watched the Corey Kenshin gameplay, but
Corey's awesome.
might. Oh, he's like my favorite YouTuber.
Oh,
Besides
facts.
you.
Oh, of course. I'm just like, I'm Matt Pat's. I'm a replacement for Matt Pat. When he goes.
Yeah. That hurt.
Bro, I'm gonna be so upset when that happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's like A24 is doing the Backrooms movie and stuff, and like, it's just, I can't think of a perfect thing to do it.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
And they're actually letting the creator direct it as well.
Oh, that's even better. That's amazing.
Bro's like 19, and he's directing it. It's crazy.
Holy crap. That dude's set. He's just set for life.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's not. I always get his name. I always get his name mixed up with the Mandela catalog dude. I know Alex Kister made Mandela, but I think it's Kane Pixels' Backrooms.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm
We're doing pretty good,
Gray.
Gray Studios.
Right on the same money as well at the same time. A message from the end. This is where I started getting a little bit Mandela vibes.
Yeah, I can see that.
See, the thing is, like, the best. I think that's a really big compliment is being compared to other analog horrors, because realistically, a lot of people will go, "Oh, it's similar to that." If it's similar to something that's really big at the moment, that's a really good thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think what people misunderstand about like creativity is they think that if it's being compared to something else, like if it's being compared to just one other thing, that's a bad sign that the creator isn't drawing from multiple sources.
Yeah.
But if someone is saying, "Oh, this is like this analog horror series and this one, then that's a compliment, because it shows that the creator isn't just copying from one specific source. They're creating their own story by drawing inspiration from multiple sources.
Yeah, totally. Like, my inspiration for Fredo County was the Blair Witch Project. Primarily was the Blair Witch Project. That's why it's all, like, especially, like, the more recent episodes, all first person, gritty camera quality. Like, I done all my camera effect on CapCut. I'll be real, that's all on CapCut on my phone that is imported over to my PC. And I think, there's I don't know if you'd know the dude, it's a big FNAF creator, Valox. He makes, like, FNAF VHS tapes and stuff like that. But, like, the first thing he complimented my series on was the VHS effect. I was like, hey, that's just CapCut, I'll take that,
Yeah, absolutely.
So when it comes to, like, little effects like that, it's really subtle. But, like this, when it comes to, like, being similar to Local 58, Mandela, little aspects of Gemini in there, that's a really, really good thing.
Yeah, dude, I appreciate it.
I love the audio effects you use as well. Like the little, like, almost corrupted file type audio. It's sick.
Yeah, so all of that was done in Fruity Loops, or
Yeah.
FL Studio. So I'm a music producer as well, so
Sick.
I was able to apply a lot of, and specifically EDM. So it's like
nice.
all of the effects that I use are like, Bit Crusher and like OTT and all of these different cool effects that I learned from making EDM. I was like, oh, I can just apply that here. So
Yeah. Bro, you do so much stuff. Honestly, that's sick.
thanks, dude.
So cool.
Thank you. I went to a rave last night, and so and I was just over getting sick, so my voice being tired on top of going to support my friend who's
Yeah.
DJing, and I'm like, yeah, bro. My voice was shot this morning.
Oh, bro, you should have seen me at concerts. I was at a Travis Scott concert in July. Oh my god, I died the next day.
Oh my gosh.
I was like,
yeah.
literally, I woke up, I was like, I can't talk.
Yeah, they're exhausting. Going back, so I might be able to do that soon.
Gray Studios is a really good creator as well. There's a lot of creators
Oh, yeah,
in
I
chat
think-
today.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen Gray's studio stuff. Maybe that name sounds familiar.
Yeah, they do it's similar to the Walton Files, but it's all hand drawn, actually hand drawn. It's sick.
That's super dope.
I
If
was
I have it, I'll
honored.
give
Tuna
it
Tan
up.
said I could voice act for them. I'm honored.
Oh, that's sick. Heck yeah, dude.
I am honored.
Definitely do it.
Oh, 100. Bro,
That's one thing.
I love voice acting. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah, dude. If I ever get once things start once I start getting some stuff for the next installment for String Theory / Misfit Kids, if there's a role that I think you'd fit, I'll definitely shoot it your way. So
Of course, dude. I mean, the character I'm playing in the FNAF, what's the word? The FNAF installment is I don't know. Have you played FNAF recently? I don't know. A lot of people haven't or have.
oh, dude, it's I'm ashamed to say I don't think I've ever played a FNAF game. I've seen plenty of
Fair.
gameplay for it.
I know a lot of people are like that. Though.
Yeah, but the problem is my PC is crap. Or it's actually not a PC. It's a laptop, so it can't
Yeah.
really run games that well.
Fair.
So I'm currently saving up to get a more powerful computer because
Gotcha.
I just need it.
Yeah, no, I get you. But basically, the dude I'm playing, he's in the original game, he's a 2-personality dude. He's happy, and then he has the evil version of himself, the switch up. So I have
Right.
to play basically 2 separate personalities while having a really ground and gritty, grimy voice, but then really happy, buzz, high pitched, really weird voice. So I think I've made a video on one voice line, so I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to show it because the video was on my previous channel, so I don't see why I can't be allowed. Yeah, I used to have a gaming channel. I kind of gave up. But anyways, if I remember correctly, where is it? There it is. This voice line. Oh, there's an ad. Lovely. But yeah, there's a voice line, and it's heavily edited. I don't know if I can really. I haven't heard the voice line in ages, but here it is.
Leave a like if you enjoyed. Yeah.
I can't
Here
remember.
is the
It's been
voice.
a long time ago.
Are you scared of the boogeyman? No? You should be.
The laugh's my
He's got
favorite.
So many long arms to catch you with.
The laugh I do is my favorite by a mile.
Yeah, the laugh was so well done. That was really good. Yeah, the
Oh.
effects and the iterations, the tone,
Yeah.
it all sounded good.
'Cause he's
I
got
love
so
doing
many
it.
long arms to catch you
It's
with.
the laugh. I'll be
Yeah,
real.
that laugh is so good.
The laugh I got from Pennywise. That's my iteration. Pennywise the
Oh,
clown.
gotcha. But it sounds so original too. That's the cool thing. Even though it's Pennywise inspired, it sounds really
Yeah.
original.
Basically, the dude I know, he's normally in chat. His name's I think I don't know me neither. Is the name of the chat but he's so cool. Whenever he'll show me the designs, what we're doing. I have an early access version of the game, and it's so much fun. It's super lenient with voice acting. It's not oh, it can't be that way. It's more here's your character. This is what we want him to be like. Make him your own,
Mm-hmm.
but also keep up to the source material, and it's super fun. And it also does help the fact that the dude I'm playing is my favorite character in the game he was in, so it's kind of like, oh, I'm this character, you know. So it's more or less just fun like that.
Sorry. Yeah, dude, that's really cool. Like, it's awesome that you're getting those opportunities.
Bro, honestly, it was crazy though, because when I got hired, because I was on a Twitch stream playing FNAF, and he came in, and all this most of the team came into my chat, and they were like, "Oh, we're just the game community and stuff." I was like, "Oh my god, that's sick!" And all of a sudden, I was doing like this crazy impressions. They're like, "Oh my god, you actually are really good for this specific character we have." I'm like, "Oh my god, no way!" And then it just went from there.
Yeah, that is super dope, dude. And that's like the biggest thing with like getting those opportunities is just like networking and finding those creators that will give you those opportunities.
The internet's a crazy place, dude. It's a crazy place. It really is.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
All right, we got 40 seconds left of the riddle, and purple guy. Okay, sorry, I had to say it. I love I will never get over how underrated this series is. I'll be real. I'll never get over it.
I appreciate it.
Like, you could genuinely, I swear there was a series that they actually put their series on VCR. Baddington, that's what it was. Baddington put Harmony and Horror on a VCR disc that was actually sold. Like, genuinely, this could be easily one that could be sold in a VCR.
No joke, I was legit actually going to do that. I was planning on going to a thrift store and buying a VCR and some VHS tapes, and I was actually going to do that at one point, but I hadn't found a VCR yet.
Oh, apparently they're impossible to find nowadays. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean they're out there. They're just really expensive.
Yeah. So that's fair enough. All right, we got what episode is this? This is episode 6. All right, we got associate training video. The Wolf Corporation. This is very Local 58.
Oh yeah.
Welcome, new associate.
Oh, I remember this.
New associate. We are pleased that you have chosen to become a part of the Wolf Corporation family. Here at Wolf Corp, our goal is to ensure that children with psychological disabilities.
Oh, so real quick, this part right here, my wife is my wife works in eye care, and so I was thinking that I just looked up stock footage of mental, the kind of stuff they would use in a mental facility or whatever. And she looks at me and she's like, "Babe, that's an eye test. That's not that's not a psychiatrist thing." I'm like, "Oops."
They receive the proper care that they deserve.
That's actually hilarious.
In this new role, you will be working with children who suffer
That's something
from
I would do.
variety of
I'd make
mental
mistakes like
disorders.
that. I'd differentiate different things for other things and stuff like that.
One or more of the following
Yeah, so
conditions.
maybe the Wolf Corp has an
Obsessive
eye care
compulsive
facility built
disorder
in.
or OCD.
We could maybe
Panic
you just
attacks,
incorporate an eye monster that goes and takes over the eyes.
Right.
Schizophrenia. I saw a flash of text. Let's see if I can catch that. There it is. It's obviously backwards, so I'm guessing that's flesh.
Mhm.
Is that a P or an O? I think it's a P.
That's a P.
Flesh prison.
Yep.
Damn. Didn't know I could read backwards. When it cuts into some of those black and white text things here, I feel like I'm watching an old Disney cartoon. The whole you know when Steamboat Willie would pop up and you'd have Steamboat Willie in this.
Right.
Technical difficulties.
First version.
Welcome, new associate. Welcome.
It's like a
new
broken
associate.
version of the last
We are
tape.
pleased that you have chosen to become
Yep.
a part of the Wolf Corporation family. Here at Wolf Corp, our goal is to ensure the children.
Yeah. The eyeball on the screen.
Yeah.
New role as physical service provider. You will be working with children who suffer mental disorders.
You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of like the lore behind Poppy's Playtime with the whole
Obsessive compulsive disorder. Obsessive compulsive
with the
Yeah.
whole, you know, this kid has to be experimented and tested for this, that sort of thing, to make sure they're
Right,
eligible.
disorders. Some of the patients you will work with may
Oddly enough, your mic's actually cutting out a little bit. It sounds really glitchy at times.
There we go. Okay, I just plugged it out.
There we go. I was gonna say the video is actually interrupting our feed.
Yeah, I just realized I was leaning into my mic wire, so I was like, oh, never mind.
Oh, gotcha.
All right, so like basically, I said about Poppy's Playtime lore with like the kid experimentation and stuff, like with the whole dealing with kids, all this stuff. So it's almost like the kids in Poppy's Playtime are like eligible to be experimentated on and stuff like that. So kind of get vibes from that.
Yeah. Hello, Pet Minky.
They're knocking on the right ear.
Misfit.
Electroshock therapy may be recommended for other disorders.
Yeah, this one definitely feels the most scattered out of all of them, but
Yeah.
it's intentional.
It's definitely like a more, you know, blink and you'll miss it type stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
I think, was this the episode that was gory? I can't remember.
I think the only, from what I can remember, the only part that really had any blood or gore was She Waits at the beginning, where like
Yeah.
you see the lady with the blood on the floor.
Yeah, I think
And
I
that's the only
remember
part I
something.
remember. Maybe I forgot something.
Because I remember, like, watching it, I was like, oh, this is, like, it's good, it's tame, but it's really good. And all of a sudden, I remember there's a flash of blood or something pops up, I'm like, oh, damn.
Yeah. I tried not to incorporate too much blood and gore into the series because, like, a lot of my friends and family are Christian, and, like, the fact
Fair.
that it's horror in general is already, like, you know, amongst Christians, horror is, like, a big no-no. So,
Yeah.
that was, trying to find that balance was
To be fair, like,
interesting.
I've said it before, like, I remember when I was doing all the content in the FNAF movie, and it being obviously PG-13 and stuff, I was even saying, like, yeah, I was obviously annoyed that it was PG-13, but horror doesn't have to be bloody to be good.
Right,
Like,
right, very
the
true.
Best example, Blair Witch Project. Like, there is
Yeah.
no blood in that film at all, and it was still, like, went down as one of the creepiest films of all time at the time.
Right, right.
Because
Yeah,
of the
it's
marketing scheme,
very
obviously.
tame. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Excuse me.
Have to say, though, I dig the hoodie. The hoodie's sick.
Ah, thanks, bro. I appreciate it. Gotta represent.
Of course. Is there a name for the character, or is that just a thing?
For which character?
The one in the hoodie.
Oh, yeah. This is just the thing.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
You
Which people are gonna think John Carpenter, but
Yeah. That's actually funny enough. It's my favorite horror film of all time. So.
oh, same, bro. It's so good.
I watched it the other night. I was like, oh my god, it's so good. The practical effects.
Brilliant.
We're all just puppets.
Puppets. No strings on me.
Puppets. Mm-hmm.
Marionette puppets. Am I being controlled by the thing? Am I being controlled?
Right.
We are all strings. Vibrations. Rhythm.
By the way, I just wanted to check. Are we good for time? Yeah. Are you good for time at the moment?
Yeah, we're good.
Alright, perfect. Just wanted
We're
to check in.
We are all interconnected. Everything around us, life as we know it, is made up of atoms. Those atoms
now
are
I'm
made
back
up of
in
neutrons,
science class.
protons, and electrons. These are the particles that create the fabric of reality itself.
I like the effects. The transitions are clean. Then that was.
Thank you.
Was that, I think I remember saying like Mania or something. I think. Was it Mania? Or Mada, I think it says. Mada?
Yeah, Mada.
Yeah, Mada.
The fabric, an interdimensional plane that divides our reality, is truly fascinating. Upon closer speculation, we can deduce that the further we shrink, the more of a likelihood it is that our world and theirs will collide. And what lies beyond the fabric, you may ask?
So cool. It's so mysterious as well.
Yeah, I wish that blurry text was a little bit cleaner, but
Psycho-Share,
overall,
your
yeah,
one-way
it's
ticket
fine.
to paradise.
There's our dude.
While we cannot enter the domain by ordinary means, if we can go below the atom, the possibilities for otherworldly exploration become unlimited.
Mm-hmm.
In the eye.
The music.
I think I said don't look as well. I said don't look or
Yeah,
do
there
look.
was
Something to look.
flash.
I'll make you look. That's what it said.
The music. Bending
Yeah.
a string causes the note that is played to shift. The airwaves react.
I want to go home.
I'll take you home pretty soon.
I want to go now.
This will only take a minute.
Are we in control of our own actions, or is there a greater force pulling the strings?
I love the
What would
whole
happen if we pulled
mentioning
the
of
strings?
strings, like consistent, like
reality
strings.
itself?
Because then it ties in like, oh, string theory.
Right. Oh, I love this part.
Oh, I remember this with the piano.
Mm-hmm.
I love old school music and analog horror. I feel it works so well.
Oh, it really does.
Wonders. Same TV. Was it this part had gore, was it? I can't remember. The silent bell rings. The whole
Fun
ring
fact,
the bell.
this part, yeah, this part was actually originally a concept trailer for a Silent Hill, like for a Silent Hill concept I was working on.
Oh, swear. That's
So
sick.
So when I was like, there's no way that Silent Hill is gonna let me direct a Silent Hill game, but I can incorporate that feeling into this episode. And actually, like, the lips that you see are inspired by the Flesh Lips monster in Silent Hill 2.
Oh, get you. See, that's the thing. I was always more of a Resident Evil dude when it comes to like Silent Hill and Resident Evil. But when PT came out, I was like, oh, Silent Hill. You know?
Yeah.
So I got PTSD off PT.
Oh, yeah, I think we all did.
Yeah. Annoyed that I can't play it anymore though.
Yeah, it's horrible. I'm still mad about that.
Yeah, I know. Hashtag bring PT back. How does it feel? You lost him for the second time. You kissed your future with a black tongue and traded it for a pig in a mansion. I just want to ask you,
Letting that anticipation build.
Yeah.
I purposely went really slow scrolling on purpose.
No, you can
Wait,
see
nope.
that.
Oh, that was redundant. Purposely did it on purpose.
Wait for it all to disappear. And then... was it worth it? Mama. Different face.
Mm-hmm.
No longer smiling. There it is. Was that the first jump scare in the series, if I remember correctly?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the first jump scare.
Well, the first outright jump scare, rather than like...
Right. Besides like a
Crane
screen
Wave
glitch or whatever.
Yeah. Backwards text. I love backwards text, especially when like stuff is like that or hidden in the subtitles or something like that. It's awesome.
Right.
And those,
A lot of
God,
people
the
miss this
sound
final
effect.
shot.
Yeah, the sound effect. Ugh. I hate the sound effects like squelching stuff and that it's horrible.
Oh yeah.
Weird ideas. He claimed his experiments were for the good of the kiddos, but no one was hearing it. I haven't heard.
I'm working on subtitles for this.
After he got
fair.
fired, I heard things got much worse.
Oh.
Lore.
Sister, yeah. Well, I would say overall, in general, he has.
Have you seen this one yet?
Sincere heart,
I'm pretty sure I
but
have.
his
She
methods were
waits.
really
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I
Yeah.
have.
Some of us here at the
I remember
Institute
watching
did
the
not
playlist
agree
on
with his
the channel,
methods.
so I
It
think I
seemed
did.
a bit cool, but overall, he seems like he genuinely cared about the kids. But yeah, he was kind of a misfit.
It's blood in the house.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
My wife actually did both the later girl character Reese and that character right there.
Oh, sick.
A little girl lived with her mother in a small stone cottage near the edge of a great forest. Everywhere the little girl would go, she
Theo, it says there's other people watching, but I'm not sure, buddy.
Most of the people in chat, I'm pretty sure, especially the members, they always stick the channel on because when we're talking, and then they like play video games while we're in the background.
Yeah.
I do it a lot as well.
Same. I usually will do that if I'm like at work or something.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna hop on.
anyone on the way. Grandmother lived in a little yellow house at the other edge of the wood.
The puppeteering type stuff.
To return home before dark. After
I have such respect for
she set out at once, carrying
every type of animation, but stop
Yeah.
motion is just completely different process.
Have you seen The Kid in the Camera?
No, I
You
haven't.
haven't? Oh, you have to watch it, dude. It's a
I'm
whole
putting
like,
that on my watch list.
if I remember correctly, it's like 15 minutes long, and it's all.
Oh, wait a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have seen this one.
It's awesome. It's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I have seen that one. It's phenomenal.
In my opinion, it's probably the best stop motion horror that I've seen. There's probably more out there, but that's the best one I've seen.
Yeah, I know a guy who does stop motion horror for a living. He has
Ah.
his own studio and all that.
That's sick. It's almost like a song.
So glad. Oh yeah. I'm so glad the dude who composed this piece let me use it. Like I hit him up and was like, "Dude, I heard this,
Yeah.
and it would work so well in this short film I'm working on." And he said it was cool if I used it. So shout
That's
out
sick.
to oh, who composed it? What's his name? Joshua the Last.
Shout out, Josh. It's a really nice music, actually.
Yeah, it just came together so well. My wifey.
That's
Let's
a nice
start with
shot,
blonde
actually.
hair.
It's a cool shot.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how the shots turned out in this.
As someone who wants to be a director, like genuinely cool shots.
Thank you.
Oh. threat.
I love this part so much.
Hell yeah.
That shot right there is like my
Yeah.
favorite in the whole series.
I've seen something so similar to like this, what they call like the flashing light is so sick.
Yeah, we that was just a one light with a red gel.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Making the music for this part was so much fun.
You made this? Damn.
Yep.
That is so sick. I love that. Hell yeah. That was so sick.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's so cool, bro. You're so talented, dude. Genuinely.
Oh, thank you. Oh, the meeting. I love this one too.
This episode.
This one is like the most exposition dump.
Yeah.
But it fits. Got that Faith the Unholy Trinity sound.
Yeah. My favorite thing to hear when I'm filming late at night.
Oh yeah. There's the house.
The wishbone. So cool. Sunatan. The only way I can explain episode 1 HorrorDude is mechanic, cat, boom, eyes, X, cowboy.
That's exactly who you are.
Awesome. The best, like, a most in-depth description.
I am wrench, cat, boom, eyes, no cowboy man.
So vicious.
And this part is where.
Yeah, I remember this part actually. It's so cool. You may try.
It's like,
but I am with them. They will overcome. By blood and wood and road. You may have cut them down, but I own the threshing floor. So
good.
sick. The wording is really well done. Like the specific words used.
I just love this last part where you see like the mother room. She's just like, "Oh crap, we're done for."
Yeah, it's like, oh shoot. Curtain fall. It's like one of the last
this one
ones, right?
leaves.
Yeah, the Misfits kids.
Yeah.
Ooh, text.
Yeah, this one's just
numbers.
Yeah, a riddle.
Pekka. Morse code. Well, the whole series is important, dude. It's an awesome series. If you missed it, just go check it out. I left the link in like top of the description. All right.
Here it is.
Like Misfits Kids. This is the new thing, right?
Yeah, this is what's coming up next for the String Theory series.
Awesome. Now, fun fact:
So
I
it's
actually
kinda
haven't watched this because I wanted to save it, so I haven't.
Oh,
seen
sweet.
This. All right.
Awesome,
I'm
dude.
intrigued, though. Oh, I'm excited. Okay, 3D animation. You've already got me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Already hooked. People gone missing.
Reports, it appears that all affected facilities are run by the Radford Psychology Association. This afternoon, local authorities received a phone call from the Meadow
Same
Psychiatric Branch right here in. This just in. We've been informed that all missing patients involved are children. At this time, it's unclear if this is a terrorist attack or if international forces are at play. I'm Monica
Same
with
music.
String Theory News. And may God help us all.
Hell yeah. That is sick. I love that. I love that. Yes.
Thank you, dude. So that's kind of like, if you want to think of it as String Theory TV Season 2, or just like the spin-off or whatever you want to call it, that's the next big thing that's tying in with String Theory.
Genuinely, dude, like, awesome. So awesome. Like,
thank you, man. I appreciate it.
I know, I think a lot of people did, I think a few people did actually comment under my video when I did watch the series, I think, about, like, really underrated series and stuff, so, genuinely, like, I've said it before, like, it's so good, dude. It's so good. Like, genuinely super talented. Like, you have so much potential. Like, genuinely, like, you have obviously, like, the composing skills, like, the storytelling skills, the art skills. Like, genuinely, like, there's so much potential for that series. I can't wait for it. I can't wait.
I appreciate it, man. I can't wait for you guys to see it. Thank you, Gray Studios. That's a really nice comment. Yeah, there is so much in store that I have for this story, and like, there's so much that I want to tell you guys, and
yeah.
I'm trying to figure out like what bits of information I can give and what stuff I have to save. But yeah, there's a lot of big things coming. So yeah, it's pretty big. I'm currently talking with currently there's one studio that, or like streaming service that was interested in potentially greenlighting the series. So that's not official yet, and I'm not going to say who it is, but there's some people who have eyes on it that are interested in potentially producing the show. So I'm super pumped.
I think out of my own curiosity of streaming services, I think I might know who it would be. I think I'd have an idea.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Just from my own knowledge of streaming services, but genuinely, dude, that's so impressive. Like,
thank you, man. Yeah, the big thing right now is, biggest thing is going to be finding an animator. Well, I am an animator, but if you know anything about animation, it's very time consuming, and there's so much that goes into it to actually make it look good. And I don't want this to be like really cheap, clunky animation. I want this to look like professional.
Yeah.
So right now I'm trying to figure out if I can do the animation on my own, or if I need to bring someone else on board. Which I have a few animator buddies who may be down. And the other thing is finding voice actors, because like I think I can. This is something I can talk about. Obviously, it's in the title. So, you know, Misfit Kids, the series is about children who are dealing with different mental struggles. So, finding people to voice the kids is going to be the other thing, basically.
I mean, I'm always down if you need a voice actor.
Yeah, dude. I will definitely have you on my list for people to call when I need someone. It may be a while. I'm not sure how long it's going to be before this drops. It could be a few years, could be 2-3 years before this is ready to actually come out. In the meantime, I might drop another string theory video, just to like, you know, hold the audience over until the actual cartoon is ready to drop. So we'll see. But yeah, there's very big things that are on the horizon.
Nah, that's super exciting, dude. Like, genuinely, like, for, like, as I said, the fact, like, everyone in chat needs to do it and go sub and like everyone the videos just so the algorithm's like, okay, cool series, let's promote this more on the recommendeds. Everyone needs to support it. Like, genuinely, like, I know I say it a lot with analog horror. It's like, oh, I love this one, oh, this is really good. Genuinely, when it comes to being an underrated creator, that is up there with one of the best. 100%. Because obviously when you see like analog horror creators, like I watched Basewood County the other day, and it had like, I was like, oh my god, this is so good to do that 17k. That's crazy. Like, they're really low for like how good this is. But then when you see that your series and you're like, damn, what? I don't have that many subscribers. Like, it's crazy when it actually hits you. So genuinely, like, by far one of those underrated creators out there, like 100,000,000%. And that trailer of the Misfits kids with it being 3D animated and stuff, even the fact you said you're not like the crispest animator yourself, that still looked good, like really, really solid. Like, honestly, like, that was amazing, genuinely. I don't know what more praise I can
appreciate
give.
it. Yeah, man, it's really humbling and just really exciting to see when people like my work and like what I do. One thing that would really help is if, like, obviously, like, you know, you've been really awesome in like helping my channel to grow, and I cannot thank you enough for all the love you've shown. But if there's like other analog horror reactors out there who you guys think would enjoy the series, please send it to them and say, hey, check out this series. I know, like, it's a lofty goal, but like eventually I would love to, like, my boy Joel's on the chat. Yo, that's my boy Joel. He's the dude I actually I went to a show last night. The
DJ. That's sick.
Yo, the dude literally had the best set of the night. I mean,
that
it
was awesome.
Super sick. Yeah, check his stuff out. He goes by the name Vessel, Vezzel.
That's a sick
super
name,
awesome,
I have to say. Sick name.
Yeah. But yeah, if there's like, I've been hoping to get on like a bigger like other analog horror channels. Like, I've pitched my stuff to like Baz and like Corey Kenshin and all of that, which those are much bigger creators. So the likelihood
I do have contacts within Baz, so I can recommend it there.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, like 100%. Just whoever you guys think would like react to it, like the reactions channels are really would have helped to get my numbers up. So if you want to support, that's one huge way to support.
100%, dude. Like, I think with our channel and everything we do here, and like all of our chat, like, there's one thing I've said about this chat. It's funny because the whole thing about me starting YouTube was like, oh yeah, what about hate comments? We genuinely have like a really positive chat every stream. I've never really had many people come in and say you're a really bad YouTuber, you know? I've never had any of that. So when it comes to everyone who's in chat right now, when they are asked to like help someone or support someone, they will do it. So I'm sure that anyone in chat will be able to push your numbers as much as we possibly can to try and get you up where you need to deserve. And that's up at like the dining room table with like Mandela, Vita Carney's, because genuinely, when it comes to like different aspects of analog horror, you nail it on like the top of the head with that. So genuinely, you need to be up there.
Yeah, thank you guys, and shout out to the chat. Y'all have been super nice, and like it's been awesome getting to interact with you guys. Like, thank you to Theo and to Tunatan and Gray and my boy Joel. Like, y'all have been like super encouraging and supportive, and like it really means the most. And FNAF Slug as well, I'm trying to get everyone, Nina Noodles and Irene and Nervy G, Ben, Namer, Ayaz, Ezel, Ildiz. I'm not gonna get that. But yeah, just shout out to everyone who was able to hop on and check out my channel. It really means the most.
Like, genuinely, I think the one thing we all do have in common here is that we all love anything to do with aspects of horror. So I feel like it's really cool that we can bond on all different sides of it. Like, you obviously have so many different subgenres of horror. So when it comes to that sort of thing, like, it's awesome. Like, genuinely. I just want to say one thing. Have you got anything to say before we end the little meeting reaction time?
Yeah, I don't think so. Just to head on over to String Theory TV, subscribe, like, and share, and also subscribe to That Horror Dude 101. Subscribe to Cal if you haven't. Dude is awesome. Genuinely one of the nicest dudes I've met on this platform for sure. Oh, and also one more thing. If you share my stuff, make sure that it says String Theory TV, because if it says just String Theory, sometimes that doesn't always show up on the algorithm, or it'll get the wrong, people will see the wrong thing. So make sure if you share it to specify it's String Theory TV.
Awesome, dude. I appreciate you tuning in, man. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Chat to you in a bit, dude.